I know we had a real fun time.
Man, I got a big voice. I don't think I'm on these. I got that outside voice.
I should have. It's getting warm in here now. It's hot.
Yeah, hold on, man.
They haven't even started talking yet.
If you haven't already done so, we've got sign-in sheets at the back on either side of the podium. I would just appreciate it if y'all could sign in for us, please.
All right, good evening. Woo, I tell you what, it's a pretty good sized crowd. I'm thankful that y'all are here because what it shows me that you concerned or you maybe want to help volunteer or whatever. I'm gonna be kind of quick, and I promise you, I'm gonna get y'all out of here at a decent time. But hopefully, by the time we walk out of here, y'all know where I'm trying to head from here. Uh, First of all, let me kind of give you a little bit of history, okay? Uh, in my vision, it's coming up with a task force of a bunch of subject matter experts. I was going to have one representative from every group that deals something to do with the homeless. And it's a lot of groups in this community, people. I'm telling you, 'cause I'm finding out about some I didn't even know in the city. And I was going to let them be a task force. As I began to call folks to come to that meeting, word got out, and here we are. Okay, and that's okay. So I want y'all to kind of know what's going on. From this meeting, we will split off into some other groups, okay? But I'm gonna give y'all kind of overall interview. I got some of the stakeholders in the room. They're gonna stand up for just a few minutes and tell you what they do, so you will be familiar with it. Because I got a feeling a lot of you gonna be like me, surprised at some of the groups and what they do in this community. If we have time, and I got somebody taking notes of what people are saying they feel like we need to do. We will write those down, and that group will, as we go through it, we will lay out a plan of what we're gonna do. Now, listen, and I'm a realist. Okay, we're gonna do what we can to help write the course for a lot of people. I know going is we're not gonna be able to fix everybody's problem. We not, but we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna try. In my brain, I feel like it's a lot of people want to help the homeless, but I feel like we was just treating the symptoms instead of getting to what the root of the problem is. When you dive down in it and begin to look, you begin to talk to people, y'all, it's a lot of different reasons why they where they are. You know, you got everything from drug dependency, alcohol dependency, uh, money dependency, PSTD. You know, you got it's so many different things. So we can't do a cookie cutter and fix everybody's problem. But what I do believe from some of y'all experts in this room, because that's what you are, you subject matter experts in your field, you can bring a little bit to the table. And I'm hoping them groups can say, hey, this person needs to start over here with this group. Let us try to work with them where we try to help them. The long range goal is people have had even things from financial issues and they begin to drink, get in the ballers or whatever, and just wind up losing everything they got and they out. They out. Some of the people choose to be in the woods, okay? This, but again, I talked about going to the root of the issue. What happened in their life to make them lose hope that don't want to be around people? And I can sit here and tell y'all simple what it is, but it's more than that, and it's just treat them with respect and courtesy, and it's and I'm hoping I'm amongst friends, and if I ain't, I'm gonna say it. One thing about this community, people, and it's a few, and it's just a few that just outright nasty to people, and they talk to them bad, and they just don't want to deal. And some of them folks will start working maybe to come out of their situation, and they bump into that one person, tell them how sorry they are, how worthless they are, or jump on people that's trying to help them.
That's right.
They're trying to help them. And I don't know if any of y'all bump in that. If folks see you trying to help the homeless, they going to be ugly to you. They out there. I have bumped into them, okay? So what I want out of this group, I want us as a community to reach out a helping hand and try to help each and every one of them one at a time. Okay? And we're gonna do it, you know, and I don't want it to be about what Charles Ward wants to do. That's why y'all are here. I want to hear your ideas, and we're gonna put all them down. And that group, as we begin to lay out the vision and the direction we're gonna go, it's gonna be all of our plans. Okay? Because some of y'all can probably have some better ideas than I got. But the simple stuff, and we need to repeat this, people. And I'm gonna tell you, my law enforcement is probably my Achilles heels. But one thing in law enforcement, if you say it enough time, people will start believing it and they will start doing it. So what I'm saying is, we need to be courteous. If you see anybody, and this is not for you to get in a confrontation with people. If you see people not being courteous to the people that's less fortunate, don't get in no fight with them, but you need to tell them that ain't the way you need to talk to them in a nice way. And we just need to start reinforcing that, and hopefully we'll turn this thing around. Okay, it's a lot of organizations, it's some fundings and stuff with different organizations that can help. And so what I'm fit to do, I'm fit to open up the floor for the different groups, and I see a lot of y'all in here. I'm gonna let you come up here one at a time, just briefly. Let's don't get long-winded. It's just to tell people the name of your group and what you can contribute to this community, or what you've already been contributing to this community to help in this, and then we'll go from there once everybody kind of went around the room. I think that will be beneficial to everybody in the room to know who's in here and know. Now, there's some groups that I know is very in the streets and helping homeless. It's not here, and they could not be here. But we will tie them in later, and I might mention some of them when everybody's through. So who want to go first? Come on, yes sir. Come on up.
Evening, everybody. My name is Tristan Rwana, and I'm with Mission Worthy. Now, Mission Worthy is built on a belief, and that every person is worthy of love, opportunity, and acceptance. Our work doesn't our work doesn't happen behind the desk. It happens right here in our community, face to face with the people we serve. We completely volunteer run, powered by people who simply want to make a difference. Over the past year, we've been able to do meaningful work throughout Ozark and the Wiregrass. We hosted the Autism Work Walk, the first ever, school supply giveaways, food distributions, and the Wiregrass Community Thanksgiving. We hosted bingo at senior centers, and we've been able to get to know our seniors and hear their stories. We traveled throughout Ozark and even in the wooded areas where many of our homeless neighbors stay to make sure that they receive blankets, food, and care. Through our jail ministry, we've listened to the men and women preparing to re-enter the community so we can understand what support they need to avoid returning to jail or falling back into homelessness. We share these things for one reason. Every event we do, we bring resources into our community. You might think these events have nothing to do with the homeless, but they do. Because at any moment, a senior, a veteran, a family with special needs, or any of us could face a situation that leads to homelessness. When we bring resources, support, and connection into the community, we help people long before they reach that crisis point. That's why we're committed to bringing the community and local businesses together to teach skills, help people get their identification and paperwork in order, and open these resources to everyone. It all starts with giving people hope and the tools they need to support and move forward. When people have skills, documents, and guidance, they become more productive members in our community, and many will turn to help others in the same situation. One of our long-term goals is to explore, with the city's help, and creative housing solutions that can offer temporary stability for individuals working together to rebuilding their lives. We want to make this community effort bringing together volunteers, churches, skilled professionals, partners to create safe places where people get back to their feet while working on employment, financial stability, and long-term housing. We don't want to change what anyone else is doing. We simply want to be a bridge that helps our community to see where resources are available, where gaps exist, and how we can fill those gaps together. And we are actively continuing to look forward for more resources and connections and to bring right here to Ozark and our surrounding communities. We may be a small organization, but our will is mighty, and we will love to unite with everyone in this room, not just today, but continuously, because real change Ozark and the Wiregrass will take all of us in here working together. Thank you.
Next.
I can't be as elegant as the young man was right there. But my name is Dr. Shaletta Perry. I am the pastor of Shelby Ministries. And we started out feeding the community just for the homeless. Actually, it was feeding the needy because it used to be a car wash right there by the church, and they were actually living there. And they started using the church water. So we started with the Feed the Community, and it's then got so big to where I had to change it to try to get help. So it's now Shelby Foundation, and now we are a 501. 501c3, and and so what we do is we feed, we clothe. This past Saturday, I thought it was going to be storming, but I continued to do it. And it was this gentleman that came there. We started at 12 o'clock, but he sat there for, he sat there, I want to say about 10:30. He was just sitting there waiting for food. And when he finally got the food, he told me that was the first time that he had hot food in a whole year. And then he had a couple of more friends that come, and that was because they had seen my flyers everywhere. But I I feel like, I just really wanted to cry because it warms my heart to know that I can be able to do that. And I have people that help me feed the community. But he went in there, he got brand new shoes, expensive shoes, I know it's gonna help him. So what I'm here to ask if you just have it in your heart to give. Don't don't hold back on what you have, because when you open up your heart to give, you will never run out. You will never run out. And that's what's been happening with Shelby Ministries. People are just dropping off clothes, and I'm like, oh my God, we we like Salvation Army now. And now I'm needing help to try to sort all the things out. So I want to encourage the people of Ozark that whatever you do, do it with everything that you got. And these people, they'll benefit from it. And you'll truly be blessed from it. I didn't come to ask for anything, but if you can stop by and just give us something, we'll take it. I didn't know I was going to tell my story, but I am. I'm here to tell it, and I just want to thank you all for supporting the mayor. Amen.
Come on. Okay. Ladies first.
Sorry. We don't have a name, and I don't even know if Charles was calling on me. But anyway, we're if any churches are out there that want to get in touch with Ozark Baptist Church to do what we're doing, or Trinity Methodist, we just saw a need when it was getting really cold to get together some emergency bags, and they had blankets, Mylar blankets, gloves, hats. Help me here. Snacks, non-perishable, which we have all this stuff, but Band-Aids, stuff like that. Anything you could think of that you would need in an emergency, but mainly to keep warm, because we said whether somebody's on drugs, whether they're mentally ill or down on their luck, we don't want anybody freezing to death. We don't want anybody starving to death. So if you are interested in helping with that, just contact either, like I said, the office at Ozark Baptist or Trinity Methodist. And any churches that want to be involved in this is fine. And we give those bags to our police officers. They have agreed to help us with that. And they send the people that are out on the night shifts with them in their trunks, so that when they come across somebody who needs them, they've got it. So we decided that would be the best way, because some of us like to just go up to people, but we don't know their background or anything. And we decided that was probably best because they know who needs it. So anyway, we'll come up with a name later.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Alston. I don't have an organization. My boss is Jehovah God. And I've been in Ozark since '94. I worked with the city of Ozark, sanitation department. Most of you all probably have seen me doing dominoes for 20 years, school bus for 20 years. And now I'm doing Uber and Lyft, but I actually just help the community by taking whoever need to get to the doctor, hospital, grocery shopping. I do it for them, whatever, I don't have an organization. I drive a blue Chrysler 300. You've probably seen it riding around with that blue light on, saying Uber or Lyft. I got a gray car. I used to have a black Ranger. But my main thing is that I get surround all of Ozark, and I see a lot. My camera catches everything. I mean, everything. We ain't gonna talk about the bad stuff today. I didn't know we had that many homeless, but we do, because they hide in the woods and everything. And believe it or not, this is where I met my friend right here. Not putting her on the spot, but she was living in the woods, And the Lord knows who to send me to. And when he say, this is who I want you to help, or this is who I want you to talk to, I do it. I don't hesitate. I just do it. And I have helped a lot of people, hopefully. But the main thing I do is I tell them about Jesus Christ first. You know, I got to plant that seed. And I let all of them know that I've been where you've been. When I was living in Detroit, I was homeless before because I was hard-headed. I did the drugs because I was hard-headed. I did it all. But when I met Jesus in 2000, he was working with me and he changed me and kept changing me. And he got me to where I am now, that I got customers that I frequently take to the hospital and the doctors. And, you know, I got even soldiers that's disabled and retired and can't get the government to help them, you know, and they retired. And I do their shopping for them and stuff like that, you know. But my thing is that I personally is not taking none of this. I'm not boasting. I'm boasting on my God that he guides me and keeps me safe because my wife is always crying. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. You're picking these people up. You don't know nothing about them. It's just too dangerous. God got me. You know, I met the mayor at my church and he told us about safety. That's how I knew how bad it was getting. That he had to come to our church and tell us how to. You know, even though I don't bring no gun in the church, you know, but it's getting to that point that you have to keep, especially the women, you got to protect yourself. But my main point is that if you show love, you did it all. You fulfilled the book. Just show love. I keep all kind of women, children clothes in the back of my trunk. I keep warmers, all kind of stuff. I try to keep food. And when I see the ones that's walking at night, when I'm out trying to make some money, and I see them, I've been there. I stop and I say, "You need anything?" They say, "No," but they ain't got no shoes on. I told my pastor about a month ago that it hurted so bad that I met this young lady. I knew that, you know, from the neighborhood, and I know she's on drugs and all that stuff, but she was actually, they said she was dead, you know, but then she came back to life. But she was walking down Boykins with no shoes on. I know she was high on drugs and everything. And it hurted me because I didn't give her my shoes off my feet. And I could have went right back home and put some more on. But I did give her a blanket, you know, and some stuff, and a blouse, brand new. All of my stuff is brand new. Gave it to her because I could go to Walmart and catch them all for $1. So when I do that, I'm doing it for the community because I'm giving it to my school kids. I'm giving it to all the homeless. You know, I give men, women, whatever kind of clothes. Christmas, I pass it out. Just pass it out. I'm just glad God is using me. I want him to use you all, and Ozark will be so much. My main thing is when I seen the tornado, when I first moved in, see the tornado go right down the street. I was working at the city department, go right across us and came down once it got across the bridge. And I said, wow. That's the year that, and I think Enterprise got tore up. I think that's the year. But it went down, strictly down North Union, and then went down that way, and then came down. And I said, that was a God. And that was before 2000. I got saved in 2000. After that, God been working with me. He's been blessing me. He's been supplying my needs because I'm supplying somebody else. I just want to thank you all, and I pray that the Lord put it in. It's a gift. It's a spiritual gift that He gives us, a gift of giving, and we all should have love in our heart. But what is loving somebody if you could love your brother and sister, but can't love that man that's right there that used to be sleeping on the porch right down by the railroad track? Can't show love to him. What is it worth it? So my main point is to just show love, you know. Forget what people talk about. They're going to talk about you anyway.
Hi, Eagles Rest. I'm Christina Faulkner, and Eagles Rest is a young community-based effort in Ozark focused on responding to homelessness with compassion and practical support. We are still very young organization, and we've already taken important steps to understand the need and begin building local solutions. In partnership with the Ozark Dale County Library, Eagles Rest has supported the Point in Time Count, hosted Homeless Connect events to provide meals, basic supplies, and connections to local resources, and worked alongside the library to operate a warming shelter last January during the periods of extreme cold, offering a safe place for those with nowhere else to go. While we are still getting our feet under us, our vision is clear. Eagles Rest is working toward establishing an emergency shelter and a transitional shelter to help individuals move from crisis towards stability. We believe small, steady steps, strong partnerships, and a commitment to dignity and compassion will make a lasting difference in our community.
Good evening, folks. My name is Reverend Tom Nixon. Most people know me as Father Tom in the community. We started the Dale County Rescue Mission in 1988. I was one of the founders of that organization. We've been providing a men's shelter for almost 40 years now. Now, the problem we have is not a new one. We had homeless people back in 1988. Now, I want to tell you two stories. One is a success story of what we did, and the other is the typical problem story. Brother Gann, when he was running the rescue mission, would give drug tests to the people who were staying in our house. And he would say to you, if you failed the test, you've got two choices. You can give up your drugs and stay in the house, or you can keep using your drugs, and we'll have to put you out on the street. I'm shocked at how many people said, I'd rather be out on the street. They didn't want the rules, they didn't want the regulations, they didn't want to get up. And our mission is what's called a working mission. If you stay in the mission, you have to get up every day and go to work in one of our organizational things, stores primarily. But you can't be, unfortunately, you can't be disabled because we don't have the capacity to care for those people. But you can't be lazy either. You're held to account. You can't just say, I don't feel like going to the mission to the store today and I'm going to stay in the house. No, you're not. Now, having said that, I worked with the mission for 30 years. I'm one of the incorporators. I finally retired when I was 70 years old and said, 30 and 70 just seemed like a nice time to hang it up, if you will. But our church says one thing. This is a question we ask when you're looking at coming and entering. I'm the pastor of the Episcopal Church here in town. The question we ask you is this: will you honor and respect the dignity of every human being? That's my driving force. It's been my driving force my entire life because my father taught me that when I was about 6 years old. But what's the answer to that? I will, with God's help. And that's what we want to see people do, is do that. But the success story that we had, folks, this fellow came to the mission. He'd been one of the drug dealers in town. He went to prison for 7 years because they caught him at it. He came the day he got released from the prison. He came to the rescue mission and said, I need help. He came in and instead of causing trouble, he would sit in his room and read the Bible every night. Now, we finally hired him to be one of the drivers for our trucks where we go and pick up things and take them out. He now lives in Jacksonville, Florida. He's a manager of a company that retrofits jet engines and jet planes, making $175,000 a year. Wow. He's our best success story. But what's the point of that? He took it seriously to get back on his feet because he came out of prison a homeless man. He said, I'm not going to do this to myself anymore. He had his own vehicle, a Corvette, and the whole bit when he was doing drugs. He said, no, I got caught and I'm not ever going back. Now, having said all of that, folks, we need everybody's help. We need everybody's help in this process. And I'm appreciating that there's new organizations that have come in to do just that. Now, having said, we do one thing with food that the best we can. We hand out food every day at our stores, some kind of food. Now, that's not all homeless people. It's just some people who just need, food assistance. But we're determined to be able to do that every day of every year for as long as people need the help. And so what I'm asking you all to do is what everyone else has been here saying to do. Help us. Help us work with the people who need the help that we're out there to give and want to help people overcome their situations. And lastly, but not least, I'll say there's no such thing as one size fits all. We've all said that, but that's part of the complications. If we could just say, do this and everybody's no longer homeless. Not that simple, folks. I'm sure you all know that, the ones who are here today, for sure. But help us. Help us as well you can, any way you can. And help us, the people who are out there in the streets, not in the streets per se, but out in the, and I don't know if you folks know how many homeless camps there are in Ozark. At least 5, if not more, because they come and go. And that's part of the problem. But we're doing the best we can to help those people overcome and get back on their feet and become good folks among us all. In Jesus' name.
Good evening. My name is Winnie Frazier. I'm with Wiregrass Rising and, of course, Delta Sigma Theta sorority. And I've worked with lots of people in this congregation here. They call on me and I help the community. And I'm out and about. I'm native of Ozark, and wherever there's a need, then I try to fulfill the need. I've been down in the woods lots of times, taking and leaving. I keep blankets and socks in my car. People donate to me. And whenever I do see them, some of them know me, will talk to me, and some of them will not. And we do have a crisis in Ozark, and there are a lot more than 5 camps in Ozark. And there are women and children that are out here, believe it or not. So we have a great task ahead of us. Call on me. I can be of any service that I can, and I can do what I can. So I'd be willing to work with any organization. And I do see seats here. Thank you so much. And some of our friends over here that I do work with, and they call me. I got a call from the Waffle House. It was a homeless guy there from Enterprise needing shelter, needing food. And, we do what we can. And I have one of my big things that I've been working with, and I've approached the mayor on it, is we need a warming center. We really, really do need, and I don't want to put the mayor on the spot, but I did write a proposal that I gave him for an ordinance for a warming center. And the city would only be responsible for a building. And then the community would come together and provide everything else that's going to be needed in that warming center. But the city has a facility that we could definitely use just for a warming center. It is cold out there, and we're cold. We are blessed and fortunate to have some place for us. But you think about when you go to sleep tonight, there is somebody out in the woods that's cold. And, heaven forbid it gets too cold and then we have a death. So we are here together. I appreciate the mayor for bringing us together to put our heads together to see if we can do something. Thanks.
I'm gonna have to hold on to something, But those of you who don't know me, my name is Eddie Henderson. I'm retired from the police department here in Ozark. I go to Ridgecrest Baptist Church, and I represent them in everything I do out here in the streets. And I represent the Lord. I'm in the streets at 3 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when these people are moving the most. It's cold out there, and I just got a phone call. Y'all heard my phone go off. It's a guy that's cold. Where's the lady from Ozark Baptist Church? Have you got some blankets with you?
I can get them.
I've got food, and I'm going to take it to him just as soon as I get through here.
Eddie, I can get you some blankets.
Okay, but he has a need right now. That he needs blankets and food. I'm so proud of Charles for bringing this meeting together.
Yes.
Last January, we had a lot of cold people, knee deep in snow almost, and they had nowhere to go. The library people and Christina Faulkner, thank you. That was a big success, but they can't meet at the library. This place is nice, real nice, and it wasn't equipped to be a shelter. I think I've got a place we can have a warming center later on this week. I'll get with Charles and some of the other people, Christina, and let y'all know where it's gonna be. We need to do something in a hurry. It's gonna get cold Friday, Saturday nights, I know for sure. I think I got that after I talked with you, I made the phone call. We need everybody's help. Everybody's got a different perspective, and everybody knows probably somebody that's homeless. If you think they're homeless, they probably are. People say, well, I don't see no homeless in Ozark. You don't know what you're looking for. You always see them. They got their dogs with them and their bags are with them. They're out here. We need everybody's help. Please help. And Charles, thank you very much again for inviting me.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Landon Constable. I'm with Congressman Moore's office here in Dothan. Before I get started, I just want to say, wow, I mean, what an outstanding group that comes out here. It shows me that we all have a common goal, is we want to help, we want to resolve the issue. And I mean, I'm impressed of the amount of people that came out tonight. A couple things that our office could do. Our office is kind of the federal side, so this is going to be more towards the VA veterans, which I think that's amazing that our office can do that. So for the homeless individuals that are veterans and generally want to seek transition to a stable housing, please contact us. We can contact the VA and try to have a social worker help them and help them get into a place. Another program we can do is DAV and Enterprise. They also help, support veterans. They try to get their first rent up there on the first month. They also do cover their utilities. That is something our office can do through the VA. So there's another program, one of our caseworkers, she kind of stabilized. It's a Mobile facility program down there in Mobile. And this allows veterans that are struggling with substance abuse to be not admitted, but brought to the program and help them get off that substance. It is a minimum of 8-week program. It can go as long as they need. People from Mobile will come up here and help do the transportation. Third of all, I'm getting with Mayor Ward about grants. If y'all do see a grant that comes up, please send that to us. We can put a letter behind that also to kind of help get that grant to the top. Also, I have put y'all, Ozark City, on our grants list. So when we do see some homeless grants that we can apply for, y'all will be the first to know. After that, if y'all do need anything after this meeting dealing with any federal agencies, please come contact me. I'm going to stay around about 10, 15 minutes after this meeting, and I would love to help you introduce myself. But after this, I'm going to take this badge off right quick and introduce myself. Miss Christina can testify. I love the community. I want to help. That's my mission. And she wrote an amazing paper on me a couple months ago about me helping a young lady. So I'm willing to help any program. I will give you my contact information. You please reach out to me, and we'll try to figure out something what we can do. Yes, ma'am.
So, you talking about funding for the veterans?
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna provide more vouchers for the homeless?
So what we have to do is we have to go through VA.
No, but I'm saying these are to the VA offices that's already providing them.
Correct.
Are you prepared to give more resources to them to provide more vouchers for those veterans?
Now, I cannot speak on that. I can just list what we wrote down right here due to ethics and all that, and I cannot speak on the congressman's behalf. But I can tell you that we have an amazing team, and we will try to get that veteran in the house.
One last question then. Also, you was talking about specifically for the veterans. What about funding for the community that needs?
Yes, ma'am. That was the grants that I was talking about. Yes, ma'am. So if y'all do have a grant that comes up to you, or if we find a grant, we're going to send it. We get grants each month. So we get a list of grants that come up to us, and Mayor Ward will get an email, then we will also get an email and reach out to you. But if you do find a grant yourself, please reach out to me and we can put that letter behind it. Any other questions? Thank y'all.
Hey, let me intervene. How many more folks need to speak? Let me figure out how many I got left so I can know how to cut y'all down short. Okay, keep it short. Okay. Well, short is about 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Hey, listen, let me make a public announcement. Before you leave, if you did not sign up, will you please leave your name, an email address, and a phone number? I will not sell it to the telemarketers. It's just a way to kind of keep everybody in the loop and we can reach out to you. Sure.
Yeah.
No pressure.
How are y'all tonight? So I will be speaking as Brian Macario as a citizen of Ozark, not as a councilman. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here for a minute because I'm pretty sure the people who turned up to come here tonight, I would like to say majority is worried about the situation or wanting to help in a certain way. But I know there's a percentage, and I had a couple people, specific gentleman who came up to me outside of hours and was very intrigued about the situation. And I can understand from a certain point of view that, y'all bear with me, and that's why I said I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. Sometimes people have their opinions that some people put themselves into this situation because that's all they want for themselves. I'm very blessed to be able to say that the stuff that I have, I've worked for, just like many of y'all in this room, and I understand that. But sometimes people have that one mishap, that one tragedy that happened in their life, and they can't help it. They can't help being in that position. Just a few people that I can mention. Mission Worthy, explicit customs that I've worked in hand. I mean, it's such a great feeling being able to just help. This is outside of religion, whether you're a Christian, a believer in Jesus Christ, any religion that you can think of. This is outside of religion. I mean, I truly believe there's a purpose for us as humans to be able to help one another, whether we're white, black, brown, yellow, pink, or whatever. Doesn't matter. Before people twist that and might say, oh, he's got them liberal thoughts now. No, it's just the thought of being able to be truthful as a neighbor to one another. Let's be honest. I'm going to speak myself. I don't show up to church every Sunday like I should. But I like to think that I was brought up to know what's right and wrong. And what's right is to be able to help when you can help. You can't help somebody if you can't help yourself sometimes. And that's just being honest. But some people that like to give their opinions or 2 cents are not in this room and are negative comments. So thank y'all for being here because y'all filled the house up. I mean, we got people sitting outside, standing outside. So that's great. What I want to say is that these missions that are being fulfilled by people like Explicit and Mission Worthy that I've worked close in hand with during Thanksgiving and Christmas, they're people that are trying to fulfill that mission of being able to just help in any way. I mean, it's a simple giving somebody a bag of chips if that was it. I mean, something to eat. That's just anything. And God forbid we're ever in a situation to be in that one day. And I don't want to think that if we ever got, that's my timer. If we didn't ever get, just God forbid that if we ever got to that situation, I'd like to think that if I was good enough to somebody, they'd look back at me and say, I'm going to help you out because you helped me out. And at the end of the day, the brands, the money, the shoes, we ain't taking none of that with us. We're not taking our gray hair or blonde hair or whatever. I mean, we're going to die. And I do believe, like I said again, whether you're a believer in Jesus Christ or not, I believe the impact that you make yourself, not because you have your great granddaddy's name and because they had some sort of business or doing in town, or just because somebody has something, that doesn't mean they live for you. But it's your impact that matters. And if you have kids, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what you want them to be when they grow up. Somebody to be remembered as, hey, that person was nice to me, just nice. But that was it.
Yes, sir. I'll give you three.
So I've got a better solution for you. So I will write down that concern you have for me, and I will give that to the congressman. He has a call log every day and reads them personally. So I will voice your opinion to him or let you know that. And if we can get together, I'll get your name and phone number as well.
I promise, I'll be sure.
Be sure.
Good afternoon. I'm Shanika Reeves. I am the Dale County ASA president, and that stands for Association for Service Agencies. And we meet once a month, the first Monday at the Hopper Grass at 12 o'clock. And it's where a group of organizations or people in the community come out and we discuss resources. So I invite each and every one of you to come out on the first Monday at 12 p.m. at the Hopper Grass. And I am the owner and founder of All of God's Children Enrichment Center. And the name speaks for itself, All of God's Children. It is a after-school program. It's a 501c3. But also I've impacted the homeless in the area. I have the homeless come stop by my center. I feed everybody because we're all God's children. Amen. So I've given them socks and shoes and clothes, and I feed everybody. And my husband the same way. You just letting these random people come in here, and it's dangerous. But I got a good Lord above that's gonna see me through, and I got a date with a 38. So I'm here. I'm here to help them now. I'm here to help them. So, but I don't look down on anybody that come in to ask for something to eat. I feed them. I've taken blankets from my children that I've collected, and then I'll just go to Walmart and buy more. So I'm just like Dr. Perry. I'm not asking you to come by, but if you have anything you would like to donate, I'll let them come in and get warm as well when they're cold outside. So if you're out in the area, it's 912 Andrews Avenue is the address, and thank you. That's all.
Snappy, come on. Y'all burning daylight.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is John Dassinger. I'm the president of Explicit Customs Car Club. Me and my wife and my daughter started this car club to put positive back into the community. We did a car show for the Boys and Girls Club. We raised $1,532 for them. I made nothing off of none of this. Everything goes to what we're doing the cause for. I have been homeless and on drugs. I had a 20-year addiction. This coming August 13th will be 4 years I've been sober. So I've made it my mission to try to help people come out of where I was at. Sorry, I'm about to get emotional. If I can do anything to help any organization, and mental health and substance abuse help is the biggest issue. And when I say mental health, I don't just mean people's crazy. I mean people lose hope. That's their mental health. And that's why I joined on with the Roberta Rose Foundation. It's through the Ozark Counseling Center. This is Jason Varney. He's the owner.
All right.
As he was saying, he did an incredible introduction for me. My name is Jason Varney. I am the chairman of the board for the Roberta Rose organization. We are a mental health organization. We're a community-founded organization that is based for mental health. Anyways, we know that most of the problem with the homeless people is actually derived directly from mental health issues. I have a plan, and I will be passing it around. And I actually came here tonight to listen to everybody, and I think I got most of it. And something I noticed is we're all doing about the same thing. Like, and that's the problem is some of our services are overlapping. Like the ASA, I got a banner that belongs to you guys. I used to be the president of the ASA. So I actually have a banner that belongs to you guys. I'll get it over to you guys next time. Anyways, yeah, so a lot of our services are overlapping. So what I want to do, and I have actually been out in the community trying to meet with other people that are doing providing services here. I want to do a combined effort, like all of us working together, doing the same goal. And I actually have a plan. And if you guys are interested in seeing the plan, I'm going to do what I can. And they're like the entire plan would be fairly expensive. So but we could break it down and we could do it a little bit at a time. But the overall goal for the thing is to get the people that need the mental health services. So, and that's my goal.
Not just the homeless.
Not just the homeless,
The whole community.
but the whole community. Like if I had my way, we'd have a whole services community. Like everybody would be participating in it. So,
I'm so sorry.
anyways, like I said, I do have a plan, and if anybody wants to see it. Oh, and also I want to remind everybody, if you guys know anything about the Ozark history, this isn't the first time we've had a homeless thing. Like we invented the whole putting veterans in homes. That's where that whole what am I looking for, guys? Can somebody help me out? The what? No. The home program, public housing. That's where that started. Was right here in this town. Like one of the senator that introduced that. Right, for veterans, right, because we had veterans that were coming here and they were being homeless, and we wouldn't tolerate it. And so this is something that we can tackle, and we should all work together to do it. And like I said, I have a plan. If you're interested, like I have 5 copies, man. And it's actually kind of broke down because there's a lot that goes into it because I'm covering a lot of stuff: mental health issues, drug issues, even housing, working programs, jobs programs. And this is stuff that I'm already doing out there in the community. I already have an NA program that I brought here to town. And when I first brought it back to town, there was only like 3-4 people that were showing up. But now we have such a large group that where they're meeting at right now, don't even have any room. I'm going to need a bigger building. Just like I had a meeting in my offices, and it is just, we're talking about 20 people showing up at a time, and it went from like 3 to 20. And we also do all kinds, like we do autistic support groups or women's support groups and stuff like that. So there's a lot of mental health services. Our mental health services are based on community building and that kind of ideology. I know you guys some of you may have heard of Maslow's laws of hierarchy. It's a business theory that was actually meant to keep workers happy. But if you apply those principles to the community, it keeps the community happy too. So anyways, I know I'm out of time. You guys, thank you guys for putting up with me. And thank my wife for showing. Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'm going to keep this quick. Ozark Counseling Center. I am a mental health professional. I do work with a lot of the other nonprofits in the organization, and we are hoping to get more groups coming up because, like he said, community building is important, and we do offer a lot of mental health services, including substance abuse and depression, anxiety. So if you know anybody who is needing those services, you can send them our way, and we'll see what we can do.
As long as you're gonna be short.
No? Okay. I didn't know if there was a line going.
2 minutes.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I say. Let me get my glass. All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Galland. If you don't know me or know my name or my face, congratulations. I'm a helper. I'm a doer. I'm a transplant here. I've lived in Ozark. This June will be 10 years. I originally was born in Northwest Florida. We're not here to talk about me, and that's fine. But the whole point of me telling you that is I'm a doer. I'm a helper. I've loved to volunteer as much as I can. I do have 3 kids, so they kind of come first, I guess. But I'm willing to help. However, I ran the Ozark votes page for that last election cycle. It posted, just non-partial information for public consumption. I didn't get paid for any of that. I did that on my own time while I was
waiting for one of my children to become sleepy enough so I could go to sleep. So whatever I can do to help, organizing, social media outreach, anything like that, that's really kind of where I shine. When we talk about the main thing I wanted to bring up here is when we talk about helping people in our community who are unhoused or displaced, we have to start with respect. And I think that's a lot of what's underlying here is when we talk about helping someone, you'll hear some people say, well, if you do this, I'm here because of this. If you stop doing drugs, if you quit drinking. And a lot of it I can understand. I can understand where it's coming from. I promise you I do. I come from a family of addicts where the reason why I don't do a lot of the things that I do. But everyone deserves that basic respect, even if they don't want housing or services or to get clean right this second. Maybe they will eventually, but not right now, and that's okay. Everyone still deserves those basic rights, which is safety, dignity, and a place to exist without constantly being pushed from one place to another. In a town like Ozark, what helps and what works best isn't, huge systems or, just some big, huge government program. What works is consistency and relationships. I like exactly what Jason said. I think you and I are on the same page, Mr. Varney, where we talk about everyone here is doing kind of the same thing. What my goal is I want to be able to maybe work with the city and organize these communities and these different organizations that we can figure out who's doing what when, because what's one of the biggest problems with assisting in this capacity? Burnout. You get volunteer burnout. People just decide they don't want to do it anymore because they're the only ones doing it. I know how it is at my house. I'm sick of cleaning the toilets all the time. My husband. But, so that's really, sorry, I didn't do it. But instead of constant displacement, I think that Ozark could explore managed, designated spaces where people can legally stay. This is, of course, I'm just talking out my ear here. But this is an idea that I have. You want ideas? You got ideas. People can stay legally and safely with clear rules, sanitation, access to restrooms, someplace where they're not going to be bombarded by homeowners, neighborhood watch, police, sheriff, anybody who has an issue with, hey, you're over there minding your business and I don't like that. That's kind of
No, she's right.
something like that. So instead of constant displacement, I think that Ozark could explore that particular revenue. Success doesn't always mean housing right now, right away, as soon as possible. It doesn't mean drug rehab. It doesn't mean detox right away. Meet people where they are. I think that's a major sticking point here. And that's why I love so much of what Christina does, because she goes out into these communities. She goes out into the woods. Winnie Frazier goes out into the woods. And you have to meet people where they are. If you say, hey, come here to this big city hall, who's coming here? I know we did, but we know what's going to happen here. Mostly, I hope. We don't need to fix everyone. We just need to stop making survival harder and start offering respectful and practical support that will fit those in our community. That's it.
Hi, I'm Paige Knight, and I'm with the Mary Hill Family Service Center, and we are in the old Dale County Health Department building. If you don't know where that is, that's on Catherine Street. I'd like to tell you what we offer and how we can help in different capacities. So you guys have stated, as far as homelessness, yes, we have different groups of people. We have people who are in transition. They are capable of entering the workforce. We have a wonderful workforce development program that the state sponsors, and we have case managers that are paid, and they are all trained exceptionally well. So if they are capable of entering the workforce, then we help them with that, and we can help them with a variety of grants that we write. So I write lots of grants to help people become self-sufficient if they are capable of becoming self-sufficient. But of course, we do know some that with mental illness or substance abuse usage, that becomes a problem. So I'd like to tell you what we have for those that walk in. Anyone who walks in our center is going to be greeted no matter what. Watch what you put in the newspaper, because I don't know if this is legal or not. But, oh, Judge, Lord. But we have about 6 different homeless people that get their mail at our center. So they use our address. The post office is aware of it, and we keep it for them. And so when they walk in or they call us, we let them know, yes, your mail is here. And sometimes that's from DHR, sometimes that's from people trying to get on disability, whatever it may be. So we like to take care of them in that respect. Just this past week, we gave out 5 sleeping bags. So if people donate sleeping bags to us, that's great. Now, before you start thinking, oh, I'm going to donate all this stuff, we are very snobby when it comes to what you're donating. If it's not new or gently used, I don't have a washer nor a dryer, and I'm not able to give out things unless they're decent. When we give out something, we want people to feel like they have value. They come in, they're going to get food. We serve 650 plus people per month, unduplicated people per month, with our food pantry and our hygiene closet. All that is community donated. And I'd also like to say, when they do come in, we ask specifically, do you have a way to cook your food? Because if not, that makes a difference in the food that we're going to give. Plus, if a person is homeless, then they may come in more than one time because they can't carry it so much at a time. So people who have donated backpacks, we fill that up. We fill it up with blankets. We fill it up with whatever we have. Now, what I wish we had. I wish we had a place where there was a washer and dryer. I don't have the plumbing for it at our center. A washer and dryer, and a place for a shower. Now, I know that there are other family resource centers in the state that do offer those things. It's just, I'm in the Old Dale County Health Department building, and that is just not a possibility. We're grateful if the toilet's flush. So that is not us. But anyway, I want you to know the services. If there's something that you want to know more of, I have a little snapshot of all the services that we offer, and I'm happy to talk to each of you. Have a good evening.
I'll make it very quick. Okay.
I'm gonna start cutting y'all off. We can shut this down.
Okay. I want to piggyback off something that you said, because brilliant. In Vero Beach, Florida, where I am originally, well, sort of where I'm originally from, someone had the brilliant idea of taking a piece of property. They put privacy fencing around it, and they had the homeless come in, and they had tents. It was policed, okay? And the homeless knew this. There was no drugs. They were allowed to drink as long as they didn't get, too inebriated, okay? But it was policed because that's for safety, okay? But at the same time, and everybody has to think about this, because you have to provide services to everyone, okay? You also have to think about the type of people that you're serving, and you have to provide space, appropriate space for everyone. So you have to have space for families, that's safe for families, but you also need to provide spaces for people who are convicted of certain crimes. And you have to have compassion for those individuals as well, because they're human also. So we're talking about pedophiles and people who are on the sex offender list. We're talking about, other people who are convicted of violent crimes who can't be around families and such. And they have to be in a separate facility. They cannot be within, how many feet is it of where children congregate? 500 feet. Okay, so they have to be in a completely separate facility, but you still have to provide services for them. Okay, so it's just something I want everybody to think about. And but coming from somebody who has studied homelessness, it is something that you still need to be able to do if you're going to provide services. But taking a piece of property, putting up a privacy fence, where someplace where they can come in and has sanitation, has a place where they can use a bathroom, where they can shower, and they can wash their clothes, and has those facilities like a campground would, and, they can, whatever, okay? It's just an idea of something that,
No, hold a minute. No, y'all hold. Come on. We finna get this up. Y'all hold the questions a minute, please.
Hi, I'm Susie Kingery with Spectra Care, and Thielen Miller, our clinical director, is here somewhere. She may step up, or she may have had to step out for a crisis call. We have a resource in the Wiregrass now that we are very blessed to have. There's Thielen, that we have not had, that we've needed for many, many years, that simply the resources were not here for us to be able to provide. But through funding through the Alabama legislature, the governor's office, and the Department of Mental Health, and our local legislative delegation, we've opened a crisis center in Dothan that has a total capacity of 27. That crisis center is located on Headland Avenue. We have 15 recliners where that unit is for individuals with mental health or substance use issues. They can come in and they can stay on that unit for up to 23 hours, basically. If they're not stabilized within that 23 hours, they can have a bed then in our extended bed unit, and that stay there is up to 7 days. If they're not stabilized at that point, we can look at a higher level of care, or we can discharge to the community. Sometimes that's to one of our other group home that we have, over 100 beds within the continuum, both for substance use and for mental health issues. There's no way I can answer all of the questions about our crisis center at this time because it's in depth, and I would just, the goal here is to let you know that that crisis center is available, that Thielen and I are willing to come speak to any organization, to any group, to get the word out about that. We'll stay here and answer any questions that you might have afterwards. Our goal at the crisis center is to say yes. So if you have an individual who with a mental health or a substance use issue, it's not, I have to wait until 8 o'clock in the morning when the clinic opens anymore. This center is open 24/7. Call us. We will talk about how we get that individual there. We'll talk about, we get the information from you, what you already know about them. And our goal is to get them in and get them stable. If you can't stay around, we've got cards on the back. We've got flyers in the back. Please reach out to us. We know medication's an issue, and we can answer all of those type of questions for you. I don't want to take up anybody else's time, but we're here. Please reach out.
Who else besides him? I think I should have, okay, you'll be the last one, Merlin.
And I will be very quick. I'm not a chatty person. My name is Clinton Smith. I'm a volunteer with SEACH, the Southeast Alabama Coalition for the Homeless. We serve 5 counties. To Christina's point, we've had some success with a fenced-in area in Dothan. It got shut down with the camping ordinance, but we're not going to get into that. To the Rose organization's point about duplicating services, we have a system called HMIS that allows us to have a network where you put in data here and, Mary Hill can see it and then Rose organization can see it. So we're not duplicating it. So please come to our website, seachhelps.org, to sign up, get on HMIS. It's free. We'll train you for free. And I think it would really help. And then lastly, on the 24th of this month, we're having our pit count, which is a census of all the homeless people in the area. We send that information to Congress, and that is how they justify funding. So if anyone wants to help, please reach out. I'll hang around so you guys can ask. And we're just going to go talk to the homeless, give them some food, get their information, and then use that to bring more funding to our community so we can do more. Thank you, guys.
Seach Helps, SEACH, helps.org.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. If you need volunteers in Dale County, please help us.
Yes.
We'll work with Shelby Ministries and a lot of other.
I'll be very quick. Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
Good evening.
First of all, thank you, our mayor, for being very compassionate and bringing this to the attention of our community, because in a caring and compassionate manner, because there are many cities that just sweep the homeless out of the way because we want a nice, clean city and we don't want anyone to think that we have homeless in our city, okay? Okay, I'm with the Dothan Wiregrass Area Optimist Club, which is under the umbrella of Optimist International. And we specialize in children's services. And this is a great time to discuss this because right now we're working on our goals for the year. And I'm with Alabama, Mississippi District. So it's great. And if there are any children that are involved, thank you, by the way, Ms. Winnie Frazier, for bringing that up, because I didn't realize that we had children that are involved in the homeless community as well. So what we do is we collaborate with creating solutions to children that may need anything. So reach out to me. My name is on the roster as well. If you encounter any homeless children that need assistance, and we will assist as we can. And so I'm really glad that also to see everyone to come out that's concerned. We're in one accord for creating solutions for our community. And thank you very much.
All right. I'm gonna be short. I'm gonna be short. Let me say this, Jamie. You need to say one thing. You better be quick, girl. I'm gonna kick your legs out from under here.
Hey y'all, my name's Jamie Matthews, and I just want to give y'all something to think about, okay? In Matthew 25 and 41, this is often called the parable of the sheep of the goats. And in this passage, Jesus speaks to those on his left, stating that because they did not provide for those in need, such as the hungry, thirsty, strangers, sick, and the imprisoned, they did not provide for him. Those being condemned questioned, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger needing clothes or sick or in prison and did not help you? Jesus replies that whatever you did not do to the least of these, they did not do for him. This parable illustrates Jesus' teaching that actions taken towards those in need are actions taken towards him. No matter why somebody is homeless, who they are, the color of their skin, or what they have done, whatever we do not do to the least of these, we do not do to him.
What a good way to end. We fist to. All right, let me say this right quick, like in closing. I feel this was a very successful meeting. Okay, this is a first of many. So kind of let y'all know where we're going from here, which I had somebody striving, taking everything that y'all was saying, and we'll compile a list. But then I'm gonna circle back around. It won't be this full group, but a lot of y'all that got up and spoke, I will be reaching out to you, and we will begin to compile a list at some point down the road. I don't know if it'll be real soon. We'll come back for a public meeting, and then we'll have a follow-up and let y'all know what we do. I want y'all to know my heart, and I'm a little different than a lot of people. I do a lot of stuff, and nobody knows I'm doing. And I've been, Miss Winnie, I've been working on your warming shelter, and we are going to get it. But I just want to publicly thank Congressman Moore's office. I think he's already stepped out for coming. That shows you how important this is to them. And the governor's office, I want to thank her for what she feels for the state and these issues we discussing tonight. my special care group, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna call them my personal privilege, because I was appointed to the Board of Trustees for the Alabama Department of Mental Health. So thank y'all for what y'all do. And so I see a lot of stuff. I hear a lot of stuff. And y'all heard it in this room. So many people doing similar stuff or the same thing. I just thank y'all for coming, and Congress Moore for getting involved, but thank you for being here. And so many people is doing the same stuff. If we can merge some kind of way, we can reach more and we can be a stronger unit. And so that's kind of what this is for. And y'all, Lord is my witness. This is not the only time we're gonna do this. I'm not gonna let this die as long as I'm here. Okay, we're gonna push forward. Now it's a lot of misconception about homeless, and some of y'all kind of said it, that it kills the community, it brings crime and all that stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of that's hogwash. Now you will have, and let's be truthful, because y'all know I came from a law enforcement background. Some with mental issues do cause problems. And I'm gonna just tell you, I'm gonna tell you Charles Ward hard. And I know the police department think this way because I was over there for 4.5 years. Yeah, listen, we are not gonna run folks off just because they're homeless. We are not gonna violate their civil rights. But at the same time, they cannot be stealing from you. They cannot be causing a disturbance. It's a line that we got to draw. I'll help any of them. But now I'm going to tell y'all about the homeless. I'm going to tell the story, and we're going to close shop. I have dealt with a lot. And well, let me clear one more misconception up. We saying homeless. I'm going to tell y'all what the number is, unless somebody can come up with some names that we don't have. We got roughly maybe 10 homeless. Now wait a minute. Now I'm pretty correct you on something, and I'm being truthful. A lot of folks that is not really homeless, they got somewhere they stay. They go stay at night under shelter, under a roof, but they wander the street all day as if they homeless. And we'll compare notes, and this ain't no debate. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you what they are, because I got all the names wrote down, and I'm just telling you what reality is. It's a lot. It's some out there, but if you do it by choice, you got a house to live in. I'm not counting them as homeless. Okay, I'm just telling you what I'm looking at, but I'm not trying to minimize it. We still need to do what we do to help those, because even for those that come out in the community hanging out as if they are homeless, that's still a problem. And that's still a problem we need to address. We'll talk later. But hey, we friends. Trust me, y'all, we friends.
What is the definition of homeless?
What my experts? Who won't answer that question for me?
Please let me answer this.
Answer the question.
Okay. His definition of homeless is someone who's actually living on the streets in the woods that does not have a shelter. The federal definition of homelessness is someone who is either living in a hotel, someone who is living in someone else's house, and I don't mean someone who is technically a roommate. Okay, couch surfing, yes. Or someone who is living in an abandoned structure, or living in their car or someone else's car. Those are all considered homeless.
All right, there you go. You got it.
I'm sorry?
Homeowners or renters is today.
How many people here actually own their homes?
And rent.
Or renting their home? How many people here are living with someone else under someone else's roof? Okay. That doesn't mean she's technically